morning, and welcome to the Dreary Midnight Podcast. My name is Lisa, my pronouns are she, they.
My name is Celeste, my pronouns are she, her.
My name is Nikisha, and my pronouns are she, her.
And tonight, a very special bonus episode of Dreary Midnight, Nikisha is going to be telling some more spooky stories. Let's get into it.
We should have Nikisha introduce herself.
Yes. How do we know you, Nikisha?
So I'm Nikisha, and I know Lisa and Celeste because we all work for the same ghost tour company.
Oh my goodness,
Yay!
yeah. So you heard from Wellington on the 5th. So he's our boss. And
Our fearless leader.
fearless leader. What year did you join? Do you remember?
Did I join?
Yes.
I joined in 2018.
Okay, cool. Because I remember, your onboarding. I just don't remember when.
Yeah.
Because that was 2015.
Yeah, you guys have been there significantly longer than me.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean, I started
2022.
in undergrad. We do have some special guests of Nikisha's children about, so any background noise, that's what that is.
Yeah.
And so, Nikisha told me a little bit over text about spooky stories that have happened in their house.
Yes.
So, at your leisure.
Just go?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes.
3 specific instances have happened
Wait,
to me.
wait,
Oh,
wait,
wait.
sorry.
Yes.
Nikisha's daughter just took a sip of coffee and made the funniest face. She just scrunched her face like this, but obviously was still enjoying it. And that's how I used to drink coffee.
I am the
when I
world's
was
best
her
mother.
age.
I do let my 4-year-old take sips of my coffee. But really, I'm only punishing myself, right?
Yeah.
She's
Just-
going to be...
A Mexican in spirit because,
Yes.
made
it.
All right. You told me over text that spooky things have happened in your own house.
Yes.
So I haven't relayed much to
No.
Celeste. So groundwork for the house. When did you move? Who else has lived there?
Yeah, so I moved into this house in the year 2015, early 2015, or 2016. For being honest, I don't remember which year. So early 2015 or 2016, and when I first moved into that house, my great-grandmother was living with me.
Okay.
She lived with me for 6 years, the last 6 years of her life.
Okay.
And
So from 2015-ish, 16-ish on?
no, before that.
Okay.
Yeah. She moved in with me when I still lived in Arizona.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we moved into this home. We specifically chose this home because it had a room on the ground floor that could be her bedroom. She wasn't able to navigate stairs anymore, so it had a bedroom and a bathroom on the entry level.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it.
When we first moved in, 6 days after our pipes burst in that ground floor bathroom and became unusable, which was awesome. And so we actually had to move her upstairs, and we basically had to carry her up and down the stairs. It was quite the thing.
Yeah.
Was this house in Arizona?
No, it's the house I currently live in.
Okay.
Still.
Oh, okay.
So still here in Virginia.
Still here in Virginia.
Oh, gosh.
So she died 6 days before I brought my son home. My children are adopted.
Yeah.
And she was very excited for me to become a mom. And every day before she died, she would ask me, how's the adoption going? When is your child coming home? When do I get to meet them? And she died 6 days before Hunter came home. We did have the chance to tell her that we were chosen as Hunter's parents. And I think she heard us because we knew she was on her way out the door, right? So we do think she heard us. We were holding her hand, and I think she smiled, but that might be wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, Hunter comes home, and he occupies the room that she had to occupy upstairs once those pipes burst.
Yeah.
And for a while, it was fine. Yeah. And then one night, I'm laying in bed, and I've got one of those video monitors in the baby's room, and I'm reading a book, and I looked over at the monitor just to check in on the baby, and I see this object, this I don't want to say an orb because I don't know if it was an orb, but in my mind it was an orb, just frantically moving about, not kind of lazily moving, but zipping around the room frantically. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I'm looking into the monitor, and I turned to my then husband and I said, what is that? And he goes, oh, are you looking in Hunter's room? And I said, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. Just super casual, right? Super
And
casual.
didn't mention
I've seen
anything
that
about
before. Right. And I was like, what do you mean you've seen that before? What is that? And he says, I always just assumed it was your grandma checking in on the baby.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what? So I went up and went into the room to actually physically check on the baby and see what the heck it was. And there was Of course, there was nothing in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Also, the fact that he was so casual.
So casual.
Just like,
Did
oh,
not
yeah, it's
bother
grandma.
him.
That's your grandma.
I assumed it was grandma. Great.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all okay with that.
Did Hunter ever seem to respond to it?
No, he was always asleep. I will say that bedroom then became Eliana's bedroom once Eliana entered the picture. And I did see the orbs a couple of times after that as well. But I was pretty used to it after then. I was like, oh, well, maybe grandma's meeting the new baby.
Still just in like that infant stage?
Just
Like,
in the
what's
infant
age?
stage. Yeah, I haven't seen
Wow.
it since that
Yeah.
stage. And always when they were asleep. Never
yeah.
like when they were
Wow.
in there playing or whatever.
Okay. Well, so you sent me a few. So
Yeah, so
any
that's story number one.
I
Number
wonder
one.
why it was only when they were babies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that the other two stories, they all revolve around that room.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right.
Which is
Whichever-
weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird.
It's
So this-
too much to be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Right, and then like I said earlier, I like gaslight myself. Like that couldn't possibly have happened. That wasn't real. Like that didn't actually happen. But then no, that did happen. I remember that happening.
Because, I don't know, even like among skeptics I know, like there's always this trope of like, I don't believe in this, but there was that one time.
But this happened to
that,
me.
Yeah. And there was that one thing that I can't science away. And
Right.
so, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to mention, well, the first story at least, you had another person that kind of
Yeah,
confirmed.
that was there and was again
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
casual about it.
You couldn't have mentioned it before.
Exactly. That's our
told
baby.
All right. So, other two stories?
Yeah,
Whichever order
the
you prefer.
second, like in order of things that have
Yes.
happened, the second thing that happened was I was home by myself. I was laying in bed reading because I'm a big nerd. Apparently, that's what I do in bed all the time. So I'm
You're
laying in
amongst
bed
young people.
reading.
Yeah.
Hunter is asleep in his room. So when I say by myself, I was the only adult home. And I thought I heard a noise. And so I had all the lights off in my room except for like the one right next to my bedstand. And I thought I heard a noise. And so I looked up towards what is Hunter's room, towards that room. And I didn't see anything for a second. And then, have you seen the movie The Green Mile?
Yes.
Oh, you have to watch it. It's so good. It's Tom Hanks at his finest, right?
It's
So
very good. It was a while ago.
it's
that
a
I
good
watched
movie,
it.
right? So
Yeah.
when
It's sad.
John is very sad. When the main character, John Coffey, takes away your hurt, right? Like he can touch you and take away whatever's hurting you, like physically or emotionally. When he does that, the bad thing that is hurting you enters his body and he like exhales it into the world, I guess. And when he does that, it looks like a bunch of like little gnats, right? Like a cloud of gnats, right? So I'm laying in bed and I look over towards the room and for a second I don't see anything. And then I swear to everything, I saw like a cloud of gnats like that, right? And so I'm laying in bed and I'm like, what is that? And I just lay there because it's dark, I'm tired, maybe I'm just seeing things, right? So I just lay there and the cloud of whatever starts to drift into my room. And I'm
No,
like,
it doesn't. No,
what
it doesn't.
is that? And I just lay there and watch it get closer and closer. And finally I freak out and I jump up and like pull the chain on the fan light to turn the light on. And the light comes on and there's nothing there. But I laid in bed and watched that cloud get closer and closer and closer to me until I jumped up and turned that light on and then it was gone.
Grief. Oh my god.
Scared the hell out of me.
Oh my god. Oh my
That
god.
is terrifying.
Yeah, it was awful. It was not great.
All right.
What the heck do you even think in
What,
that
and then
moment?
and then of course I like jumped
Yeah.
up and went to check on the baby, right? I was
Yeah.
like, what just came out of this room?
Was Hunter still an infant at that
He
point?
was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he was. I would say he was a toddler,
Okay.
probably at that point.
But still a little bitty.
still little.
Yeah.
Still little.
Yeah. All
Not
right.
that, not that little anymore.
I know he's big now.
Yeah.
7.5.
Getting tall.
And you're 4.
Terrifying though.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
All right. And
Like
number
even from like not as a spooky standpoint.
that's just like there's an
That's just
ominous
cloud of
cloud
something
moving your
in my
way.
house.
Exactly.
And that's the one I think I gaslight myself the most about.
Yeah, because it's
Because I was by
unexplained-
myself.
Yeah.
It's
You
You had no
unexplainable.
other witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last story happened very recently. It was actually quite ironic when Lisa messaged me and was like, do you have any spooky stories? Because this happened to me, I think, the night before.
Are
Oh my
you
gosh.
Yeah, like the
serious?
night before Lisa messaged me and was like, do you have any spooky stories? I was like, well, do I? Let me tell you what just happened to
Yeah.
me.
So at the point we're recording on the 10th, and so that was what, a week or two ago
Yeah.
now? So end of November?
Yeah, end of November, I would say.
Yeah.
In the bedroom that we have been speaking of this entire time, I have an ensuite bathroom, right? Because I'm fancy.
Yeah,
I
This
need,
is
I need my own
the-
bathroom.
Yeah.
So this is the bedroom
That I sleep in.
That you sleep
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
Was it the same room?
Same room the same bedroom that I've been.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also realizing that I said that all of the stories revolved around that other bedroom. I was wrong. This story does not. I forgot that it did not include that bedroom.
Got it.
So I'm dead ass asleep. Am I allowed to say ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm dead ass asleep in this story, and I keep the bathroom door shut because the way that they did the HVAC in my house wasn't good, and my bathroom specifically gets like the bulk of the heat, which overheats my bedroom, and then I can't sleep, and it's super uncomfortable. So I keep that door shut to contain that heat as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm asleep, and in my dream, I hear like a knocking, right? And it incorporates itself into my dream, and I just am dreaming, right? And then something happens in my dream, or a knocking happens, but then it happens again, and it wakes me up. Like I'm awake now because this knocking has woken me up.
As if somebody's knocking to get out of the bathroom.
Well, when I'm in bed, and I realize that this knocking has woken me up, and I'm like, what door is that? And then I realize it's a hollow sound, which means it has to be the bathroom door. Because all the other doors aren't hollow, right? And I was like, nope.
Knocking from the
it was definitely
bathroom?
knocking. It was definitely from the bathroom.
Oh my god!
Because we don't close Hunter's door all the way because the cat sleeps in there and we don't want to trap the cat.
Yeah.
Ellie's door doesn't sound like that. And that's what was my first thought too, was like, well, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe Ellie, which is the bedroom that we've been talking about before, maybe Ellie got up and knocked on the door because she couldn't open it. So then I got up and checked her room and she was dead asleep. So it wasn't her. And the only other door up in that room is the other bathroom, the kids' bathroom.
Yeah.
And that was open. So the only option is my bathroom.
Because I'm thinking, well, I think I would think maybe my kid is like awake and trapped in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They were both in their
But they were
rooms.
asleep.
Yeah. And
So-
it's especially because the kids were and the cat were confirmed asleep,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Also, if my cat could knock like that, I'd be joining the circus. So I'm laying in bed. I went and checked on Ellie. She's still asleep. I go back into my bedroom. I'm like staring at the bathroom door going, I'm not opening that door.
No.
Like I'm not going in there. And as I'm laying there, I hear the distinct...
Why would you go back in there?
Well, where else am I going to go?
Sleep in Ellie's room or something.
So I'm laying there, or I'm sitting on my bed looking at that bathroom door going, I'm not opening that door. I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep. And I hear the very distinctive sound of my front door opening and my screen door shutting. And my screen door has a very distinctive, like, click. I don't know how to describe it, but you know what your door sounds like, right?
Yeah.
I heard it go, click. And I was like, that was my screen door. And I wouldn't have been able to hear it if my front door wasn't open, right? Because of the way doors work, right?
Yeah.
If my front door was closed, I wouldn't hear the screen door. So then I'm like, who the F just walked into my house? Now I'm freaking out.
Yeah, right?
So I go running down the stairs.
Yeah.
The doors are shut. Both.
No!
Are you kidding?
And we have a motion sensor light, which is not activated. So
Oh my god.
I know I heard it. I know for a fact I heard it as I was sitting there. And I was wide awake at this point, right? It wasn't like I had just woken up and like I could have heard. Like I was wide awake.
Because you
and
had
I know
like
I
gotten
heard.
up and gone to check on the kids and everything.
And so then I went back into my room and just laid in bed for the rest of the night and did not sleep. It was not the most restful evening for me.
Good grief.
And
oh
then,
my god.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No.
Did you... Like, I'm assuming you had to open the bathroom door at some point in the morning.
I mean, the next morning, I went in there. I was very tentative.
Was there anything...
Nothing.
No?
Like, it was a normal bathroom. Normal hot bathroom.
Nothing was, like, strewn about or anything.
No, everything was in its proper place. I mean, it was strewn about, but just because I'm not very organized sometimes.
You wouldn't have known.
Yeah. Well, where you left it at any rate. Yeah.
What the
Oh my god. So that's... Oh my god. At a certain point, you just kind of... I would start to attribute, like, that machine, that's our cold machine. And so it's like, sometimes that knocks when we're turning the AC on.
Right.
Sometimes when I was sleeping in the bedroom that is now the office, that's the hot stuff. And so sometimes that knocks when it's got the thing on. So at a certain point, sometimes you can attribute it as the machine is making the noise, but then don't open. But then it's the door, the front door.
It's the front door. Like it's
yeah.
It's that noise that you just know, right? You just know that's what that noise is.
Do you think, and this was my thought, because you said you heard the front door opening.
Because it has a little ding. On
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little bell on it.
Yeah.
Do you think possibly whatever was in the bathroom left?
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
that is
instead
the-
of
that's
two entities coming
Yeah.
in, it was just the
Oh,
path.
Celeste, I never thought of two. I thought it was just one going away.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Maybe
guess
it was
who's not
just
sleeping tonight?
That was me.
I have some sage. You want it?
Yeah, honestly, we should sage your house.
Yeah, well, I am moving soon.
Okay.
Oh,
So that's good. That's
Yes,
good.
that's true. That's true. That's
So
true.
I have some sage. So
Great,
when you
great,
move,
great.
just do the thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
get
right.
rid of any old spirits
Yeah.
from the new house.
Uncomfortableness coming in.
So
That was
that's
terrifying.
wild.
I'm not even gonna
terrifying.
sleep
I'm not gonna go
tonight.
to bed tonight.
Yeah, it's not even my house.
And
You guys
now
can come over whenever you want to.
Yeah. I mean, we're
a
moving in
sleepover?
January, so like maybe now I'm worried about all the places we're applying.
Oh
Because
my
like, good
God.
grief. Because one of them's a little bit older, and so it's sort of like, it's really nice, but is it cheaper for a reason?
Is it a Haunted Mansion situation on you?
So
It's okay. Just use the sage. Both
yeah,
of you.
use the sage. Use the sage. Yeah. All right. So if that's everything, and if you want to promote while we're here to our 20 people. 20 listeners.
20 people? That's amazing.
That are probably all of our
Most
All of
immediate
our
friends.
people.
Yeah.
Well, let's promote Alexandria Colonial Tours if you want to
Alright.
hear spooky stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, you heard our boss at the start of the month, and so I will leave that exact same link in the episode description again. And so, with all that said, I guess don't go to Nikisha's house.
No,
and,
it's so haunted.
if you want to support us on Patreon, patreon.com/drearymidnight, and shoot us an email, drearymidnightpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at drearymidnightpod, and safe travels home on this dreary midnight. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Intro music.
Intro music.
We started singing it just to like
Intro
music. We started singing it just to like edit around, and now we act it's
Just
like
to
part
have a
of the thing.
space to
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
intro music.
All right.
You create your own economy.
I did get that though. That's going in the outtakes. All right.